The Baghdad Battery, an ancient power source that shouldn't exist. Hey adventure hidden explorers. What if a seemingly simple clay pot found in a dusty basement could prove that a civilization 2,000 years ago had discovered electricity? What if the secrets of power were unlocked millennia before our time, only to be lost to history? If you're ready to explore a mystery that rewrites the timeline of human science, hit that like button right now. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to join our expeditions into history's most baffling enigmas. Intro. For generations, we've been taught that the discovery of electricity began with the likes of Volta, Faraday, and Edison. But what if a quiet find in an Iraqi basement could challenge that entire timeline? In the 1930s, German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig stumbled upon an artifact that would become one of archaeology's most controversial and fascinating puzzles: the Baghdad Battery. It's a simple clay jar, but inside lies a copper cylinder and an iron rod, and a theory so mind-bending it could rewrite the history of science. Could this be proof that the ancient Parthian or Sassanian people had a command of electrochemical science, capable of generating a small current? Or is this a case of a modern mind seeing a battery in a jar that was designed for something else entirely? Join Adventure Hidden as we explore the impossible science of a 2,000-year-old artifact and try to get to the bottom of a mystery that is still shocking the world. The story of the Baghdad Battery begins not with a flash of electricity, but with a humble discovery in the dusty sands of Iraq. If you're already captivated by this impossible possibility, make sure to subscribe to Adventure Hidden. We're about to dive into the details of this shocking find and the incredible theory behind it. Your support helps us uncover these incredible stories. Chapter 1: The Discovery, a Jar in the Basement. The story of the Baghdad Battery begins in 1936, in the basement of the National Museum of Iraq. German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig was sorting through a collection of artifacts unearthed from the ancient village of KhuyutRabbou'a, near Baghdad. Among the thousands of pottery shards and everyday objects, he found a small, seemingly unremarkable clay pot. It was roughly 5 inches high, with a narrow neck and a distinctive shape. Upon closer inspection, he noticed something unusual. The pot wasn't empty. It contained a copper cylinder, which was sealed with bitumen, a type of natural asphalt. Inside the copper cylinder there was an iron rod. The iron rod showed signs of corrosion, which suggested it had been exposed to an acidic liquid. Koenig was the first to propose a radical theory. This artifact was not just a simple pot, but an electrical battery. He reasoned that with a liquid electrolyte, such as vinegar or lemon juice, added to the jar, a small electrical current would be generated between the iron rod and the copper cylinder. The corrosion on the iron rod, he suggested, was a result of this electrochemical process. It was a stunning claim. If true, it would mean that a civilization from the Parthian or Sassanian eras, between 250 BC and AD 640, had discovered electricity, millennia before its official rediscovery in the 1800s. Chapter 2: The Impossible Technology, How It Would Work. The theory of the Baghdad Battery is based on a simple principle of electrochemistry. A battery needs two different metals: an electrolyte, a liquid that conducts electricity, and a closed circuit. The metals, the copper cylinder and the iron rod, would have served as the anode and cathode. The electrolyte, the empty space in the jar, could have been filled with an acidic liquid, like vinegar, grape juice, or even brine, salt water. The circuit, wires or leads, could have been attached to the iron rod and the copper cylinder, creating a circuit. In theory, if you were to attach wires to the two metals and submerge them in an acidic solution, a small electrical charge would be generated. Experiments conducted by scientists in the 1940s and onward have proven that a replica of the Baghdad Battery can indeed generate a small voltage, typically around 0.5 to 1.5 volts. But if it was a battery, what was it used for? The theories are as fascinating as the discovery itself. Electroplating. One of the most popular theories is that the battery was used for electroplating. It would have been used to apply a thin layer of gold or silver onto other metals, a process known as gilding. This would explain why some ancient artifacts from the region show signs of extremely thin layers of precious metals. Ancient medicine. Some have suggested the battery could have been used for medical purposes, such as acupuncture or pain relief. Religious rituals. It's also possible that the electric shock it produced was used for religious rituals, as a way to shock and awe the populace, or as a form of divine punishment. The possibilities are endless, and they all point to a civilization with a knowledge of science that we never thought possible. So, we have this incredible ancient artifact that could prove that a civilization 2,000 years ago had a grasp of electricity. But what if all of this is just a misunderstanding? What if we're seeing what we want to see? What do you think is going on here? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into one of history's most baffling enigmas, be sure to like this video and share it with fellow mystery hunters. Your support helps us continue to bring you these incredible stories. Chapter 3, The Skeptic's Case, an Ancient Storage Jar. The theory of the Baghdad Battery, while incredibly compelling, is not without its critics. Most archaeologists and historians are highly skeptical of the electrical theory and instead propose a much more mundane, yet still plausible, explanation. The primary argument against the electrical theory is that the object was a storage vessel for sacred scrolls. The scrolls, the iron rod and copper cylinder, could have been used to hold a rolled-up parchment or sacred scroll. The bitumen at the top would have sealed the pot and protected the scroll from moisture and the elements. This was a common practice in the ancient world, as seen in the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The battery problem. Critics also point out that there is no archaeological evidence of wires, leads, or other components that would be necessary to complete a circuit. While a single battery would produce a very small current, multiple batteries would have been needed to create a usable voltage. No such setup has ever been found. The purpose. The artifacts that supposedly show signs of electroplating have been largely debunked. The process of applying gold or silver to other metals could be done with other methods, such as fire gilding, a common practice in the ancient world. The skepticism is not just about the evidence but also about the larger context. Why would an ancient civilization develop such a complex technology only to use it for such a limited purpose? And why would they never build upon it? Chapter 4, The Enduring Mystery, Why We Want to Believe. Despite the strong arguments against the electrical theory, the Baghdad Battery remains a powerful symbol of an enduring mystery. It continues to be one of the most popular out-of-place artifacts in the world, and its story has been featured in countless documentaries and books. Why does this story continue to captivate us? The what if. The Baghdad Battery represents a tantalizing what-if scenario. What if an ancient civilization had a grasp of science that we never thought possible? Challenging the narrative. The story appeals to our desire to challenge the conventional narrative of history and to believe that there is more to the past than we have been told. The power of the unknown. The Baghdad Battery is a perfect example of an object that exists in a gray area. It's not definitively a hoax, but it's not a proven fact. This ambiguity allows for a powerful and engaging story that keeps us guessing. Ultimately, the Baghdad Battery is more than just an artifact. It's a testament to our enduring fascination with the unknown. It's a story that reminds us that ancient history is not a static book, but a living, breathing mystery that is still being written. Outro. From the dusty basements of Baghdad to the laboratories of modern science, the Baghdad Battery is a journey into the heart of an ancient enigma. Is it a testament to a forgotten technology, or a simple storage jar that has been overinterpreted? The debate rages on. The Baghdad Battery may not have all the answers, but its story is a powerful reminder that ancient history is a living, breathing mystery that is still being written. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of the world's most captivating lost artifact legends. If the story of the Baghdad Battery sparked your curiosity, please like this video and share it with fellow explorers of lost wonders. And for more thrilling journeys into hidden riches, ancient mysteries, and unsolved enigmas, don't forget to subscribe to Adventure Hidden. Until our next adventure, stay curious and keep searching for the truth.